All right, we're back. Refactoring. We're having a good time. We're almost there. We almost got this. Chat over here so I can see it. Okay. All right. So we've made some good progress, my friends. Some good progress. We're gonna keep making some progress here. Our game state is in a good place. We have the whole game sort of. The state is supposedly being managed here. What I would like to do is try and get rid of these print boards and have my game state be able to print itself on the screen. Okay, so in fact I kind of want to make it so, all right, so my game state, I'm gonna write a method in my game state called printboard, and it's supposed to mimic what is currently happening. All right, so public void print screen print board. All right, so the goal here is when I do a print board, it will display this to the screen, this grid. All right, so I'm gonna make it print just this. We have legend, but yeah, I want to make it print just this to start out. So I'm gonna be a little sneaky here. Actually, I'm gonna have my script run. I'm gonna pass my inputs and have this run to the end so the board's sort of empty. So my goal, what I would like to do is I'm gonna have a text file that's just like my board template. Just this thing. This will drop the board onto the screen. And then I'm gonna fill that board in with the pieces in their appropriate spots. That's my plan. Okay, so I'm gonna create a file here called board template.txt, paste that in there. All right, so this is sort of my board template. I'm gonna fill in each of my locations. Okay, so I'm gonna load this up. I'm gonna create a static string, private read-only static string board template. I guess I could technically make this public since it's read-only. Nothing can modify it. And then I'm gonna make it so that I have a static constructor. Is it static game state? Is that how I do that? Yeah. So when this class comes into existence, we're gonna load that template up into that string. So we're gonna say board template equals file dot read all text, and then it happens to be not temp inputs, board template.txt. So we load up, we get the board template there, and then print board is going to do a console.write line board template, and I'm going to do something special where I loop through and fill the board in. But let's see, just to make sure things make sense to me, I'm gonna real quick in my main method game state.printBoard system.exit, or is it environment.exit? Okay. Just to see what that looks like. Okay, so it looks reasonable. Okay, so something that's interesting, we're gonna make all of our numbers yellow. and our letters yellow. So we're gonna make all our numbers yellow, all our letters yellow. So we're gonna go through, and we also want to print this legend at the top as well. So every time, let me play this game again. Let me run this again here. Take this out. Legend is always at the top, I believe. So I think I'm trying to decide if I should add that into my template or not. P1, yeah, so every time it's gonna print this whole thing out. Displays this, oops. Displays this chunk, so I'm gonna have this legend as a string, a new line. So we'll copy that legend in our print board. And what I'm gonna do, so here's, oh, I need to get rid of this K1. Go space. All right, so we have a board without the K1 in there. My game states print console.writeLine. This console.writeLine. This. And then there was a blank line, console.writeLine, one more blank. Then my board template. And I want to go through, and at each one of those locations, I want to do a yellow 1, a yellow A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, H. So we're gonna write a loop for our columns and our indices. All right, and so if I look at where's my layout here? I could probably still a little bit from here so I don't have to think as hard about what's going on. Prints this, loops through. I was hoping I'd be able to find positions. All right, so this logic here feels like a lot to me. So I'm gonna come through, and instead I'm just gonna try and a bunch of dashes, another one at the end. I wonder if I could be sneaky. All right, we're gonna do this. For each character CH in board template, what happens if I do console.write CH, and at the end console.writeLine, like that. Okay, prints the way I want it to. Now we're gonna say console dot reset color. We're gonna always reset the color initially, and then we're gonna say if ch we're gonna have a string for our yellow text. String yellow text equals numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then letters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Let's say if yellow text dot contains ch, console dot foreground color equals console color dot yellow. Else we'll reset the color. How'd I do? Yeah. All right, what color was it? All right, so otherwise these dashes should be purple. Yeah, the dashes are purple. All right, and we'll go string purple text. It's probably magenta actually. So if we have his dashes, like this. Let's say else if purple text dot contains ch console dot foreground color equals console color dot dark magenta. Is that what we were using? Let's look at my app. Dark magenta. Got it. There we go. So we have the board printing out nicely. Okay, so now we just need each one of the pieces on the board. So this is the part where we say, okay, I'm gonna abstract this out. I don't like this big thing here. So I'm gonna create a private static void set color. Okay, and then that way my loop's just slightly easier to read. I'm gonna put these up here like this. Char ch format, and then I can just say we're gonna set the color on ch. So this draws our board out. Okay, and now we're gonna loop through every piece, and the piece should know where it is supposed to go on the board. So every piece has a position on it, and it knows its color. So let's try that. For each piece in, they're called pieces. Yeah, pieces. Dot values. So for every piece, we have to set the cursor position. So we have to do a little bit of math to figure out where it should go, but it shouldn't be too crazy. Set console dot set cursor position. Based on where this piece is. So it's going to be something like piece dot position. Maybe I'll just abstract this to another thing as well. Private void set cursor position. I'm gonna have it be off of a board position. So a int row int call position, and it'll essentially do something like this. Okay, and I might even do something like make it take an eyepiece. I'm just gonna make it be display piece, and maybe I should do that. Ooh, I have it. Let's just do display piece, and we're gonna do a bunch of funny things here. Not funny, but piece int. We'll do this. Int row int call equals piece dot position. And I know it's not row call, but I'm going to do that for now. And then I'm going to figure out what the multiplier is to get it there. There's going to be some formula I have to do to put it in the right spot. But I also need to get the color. So console dot foreground color equals, and then we do it based on the piece. So piece dot If the piece is captured, we're done. Almost that. If piece dot is captured, do nothing. We just return from the function from this method. Otherwise, if the piece dot color is blue, so if it's blue, we're gonna do console color dot blue. Oh, sorry, console color dot blue. Otherwise, console color dot green. Let's see what colors they were using for cyan. And green, it looks like. Cyan and green. cyan and green. We'll set the cursor position like so. Yeah, we set the cursor position. I'm gonna save the original. Can I do console.get cursor position? Yeah. So I'm gonna store the original cursor position so I can put it back. This returns a pair. Yeah. Int orig position, and then at the end of the day, left top is what they call it. Left top. After we've console.write line piece.symbol, after we've displayed the symbol in the right spot, we will move the cursor back to where it was so we don't have to, and maybe that's a little silly and too much work, so but we might optimize it later. Set cursor position. I don't think I can do a ridge position. It's interesting that this will return a pair but doesn't accept a pair. Left ridge position dot top. So then we also want to do console dot reset color. All right, so it'll draw it in the spot, then move it back. If I were to run this right now, so we're gonna say for each piece, display piece, like that. So like this, it's nice, it says draw the board, draw the piece. It's gonna show up real wacky because things are gonna be all overlapping. Interesting. Nothing. Oh, is it because I did a right line? I should have done, definitely should only be right. Left row and column, so this should actually be reverse column row, because left is the right side and top down, so left column row. And you do see actually I get a bunch of stuff right there. All right, print board. We want to do a console.clear first. And then we got to do some math. So you see it does display them all, but we gotta actually do some math to get them in the right spot. So it's gonna be, so that's gonna be in the right row first. So row is actually gonna be whatever row there. So if the row's 0, we're good. Otherwise we go to row, 0. It should be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0 goes to 0, 1 goes to 2. 1 goes to 2, 2 goes to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just multiply it by 2, I think. Let's try it. Row times 2. See if we get those to line up nicely. That was definitely not right. Oh no, it was. It's not right because we have to 1, 2, 3 plus 3 for this size. So plus 3. There we go. So they're now in the right rows. We gotta get them to the right column. So our offset, I think, is 0, 1, 2. So how big of the space are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I gotta remember we gotta put in the bars on either side. So it's gonna be, it's actually gonna be bar like this, and then how wide is it? So the width there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 spaces on either side to center it. Okay, so we're gonna have at least times 6. Times 6, I think. times 8 because we have 8 characters in there. Let's try that. There we go. All right, so it displays our board nicely. So we have this print board. And then we gotta list the captured pieces. Okay. Gonna list captured pieces. Display the board. And then we're gonna list captured pieces. Okay. So we're gonna loop through list of captured pieces. We'll do it string. Ooh, finally I'm gonna use some link stuff. This is gonna be pieces dot values dot where the piece is captured. And then this is gonna have the toString, and then we need to do select p goes to p dot symbol. So then we're gonna turn it into a symbol. So we're gonna get all the pieces that are captured, and then convert it to their symbol. Get a list of captured pieces. Let's see what this looks like. And then I have to actually capture a piece. So I do get list of captured pieces. And does the layout actually prompt? And then it tells you which player's turn it is. Okay. So turn needs to switch back and forth. So we have like a turn count. So we'll have a turn count. We gotta add that to our state here. So private int turn. I'm gonna start on turn 0. Then every time we move, every time a piece moves, so this is gonna be in our abstract piece. Every time a piece moves, if it actually moved, we are going to increase turn by 1. Alternatively, we could keep a track of all the moves, which I kind of like. So I'm actually going to create a list here. Private list, and it's going to be eyepiece to and so it's the piece and the position. So like or we could even have it be like from and to, but this is gonna be like the person typed in this piece and then they typed in that position. So that's what I'm kind of going for here. Moves. And I don't know why it auto completes like that. Here's this. This will be read only as well. So initialize this to null. And when a piece moves, we will add it to the move. It's interesting. What are we doing? I'm gonna make this internal. Internal void add move int. It's gonna have this. And we'll do this dot moves dot add position target. What's it complain about? Oh, it's eyepiece. Okay. I think I'm just tired. making a small mistake. Oops. Should be eyepiece piece. So this is just to track our move, and now we're passing in piece comma target. Nice little thing here, so we can keep track of our move history. That's kind of cool. You can maybe go back and forth somehow. Have an undo button. Undo would be nice. It'd be cool to have an undo, but this doesn't quite get us the undo feature. It'd be a little bit trickier because if I if I captured a piece or something, I have to track that. So I would really need like a history thing. But this allows me to do this dot game state dot add move piece this comma target. So I have a list. I have the history of my moves. So I could potentially, even in my display, I might be able to have a little thing that has like, here's the moves that have happened, or the most recent moves, or last move, something like that. All right. So now the turn, it's going to tell us which turn it is. Is that right? Is that how the game? Let's do a console.readline here, so that way I can run it and then I can go see what the. So hit enter. All right, it's So then it's like it's blue's turn. Select piece to move. All right, so it's gonna say it's so and so's turn. It's green turn. It's blue's turn. So if moves dot length size count mod 2 is 0, means it's blue's turn. And in fact, I'm gonna write a method here. Public color piece color get active player. So this will return which player it is, and essentially we're gonna do this: return blue, green. Then we're gonna say I'm gonna write some helpers, keep writing helpers. Private void display captured pieces. Displayed captured pieces becomes this. Display captured pieces. So draw the board, draw the pieces, draw this captured pieces. Display, and then display player turn. So private void display player turn. And say if get active player. I'm curious if this will work. I think if since it's an enum, it'll print out the enum. I wanna get clever-ish. Console.foreground color equals get active player is blue. Console color.cyan, otherwise console color.green. Console.writeLine. What is it? It says it's blue's turn. I want to replace this with get active, and I'll do piece color player equals get active player's turn. And then we want to reset the color, console.reset color. Let's try that. It's Blue's turn. All right, and then I'm not sure. I think select piece to move. I think that's part of our program. Select piece to move. It is. All right, so my goal here, anywhere we have changes.print, I'm pretty sure changes.print, changes. This is in layout. Changes.print is a thing that displays this. So I want to, everywhere I have changes.print, I'm going to replace with GameState.print. So changes.print. I want to replace with GameState.printBoard. I think this is what I want. Oh, I'm on regular expressions. There we go. So I shouldn't be calling changes.print anywhere. So if I go into my layout, I should be able to get rid of this print method. It says there's 2 references to it though. So let's figure out where those references are. 2 references. MoveCheck.print. Changes.print. Oh, there's so there's a changes.print somewhere. Where's this code? Game state. That's inside of game state, so this should become print board. Is this not print board? Oh, this is an abstract piece. This dot game state dot print board. Okay, does my program compile? Well, move check, I still need print because move check does it as well. So I can't delete this. But move check is the part where it's gonna display the X's for us. So we're about to be able to get rid of that, which I'm pretty excited is the wrong word. I think will be nice. My console, my keyboard not working? There it goes. .NET run. All right, can I play my game here? My game. I didn't write this game. I'm just refactoring it. Can I play a game? Oh, no. Okay. I want to get rid of in my main this first part. So I think I've been able to refactor that here. Input to. What's interesting is my prints are a little bit more efficient. So when I'm running it this way, I'm not sure, or my prints are that much worse. Or is there like an infinite loop here? Let's try to play here. P1 to A4. That works. The print is ugly. I actually liked the print better before. The print is really ugly here. P2. Oh, it's so bad to B5. My print is really ugly. I actually liked it better the way it printed before. And have like an infinite my input 2 is just so much slower. I do see pieces getting taken. I'm gonna let this run for a moment, just see if it does get through it and it has the right end. And then I'm gonna clean it up because I don't like. I don't like it. Look how slow that is. It's horrible. And it's like really bad. Does eventually get there. It's really bad. I thought this was gonna be. Really did think it was gonna be better. It was not. It was not better. It's very slow. The way it prints. I wonder if it's related to moving the cursor back and forth a bunch. Guess moving the cursor is kind of slow. Let's see if I can make it a little better. I was thinking that redrawing the whole screen would be slower than moving the cursor. So essentially I don't want to do that. But after my loop, let's see if this is a little bit better. So I'm gonna print out the whole board. Let's try that. Still pretty bad. Wow, I didn't think moving the cursor was so inefficient. P1 to A4. Really bad. It's really, really bad. All right, so in that case, what if I did all right, so why is it so slow? I wonder if it's writing one character at a time is really slow. Interesting, interesting. I didn't think it would be this slow. Okay. Be kind of cool if I'm getting a little off here. This works, I'm just sad. I'm just sad about it. Seems to work is what I should say. It seems to work. I do think I've been able to, here, I'm not using changes, I don't think anymore. So can I get rid of changes? No. Can't, I'm doing a lot of stuff with changes in here. Okay. Let us, I'm gonna, man. Really wanted to, that's so frustrating. I really wanted it to work this way. I'm gonna leave it for now and I'm gonna optimize it. It's just my test takes so much longer to run now for some reason. And that's annoying. Look how much longer that takes. I could be really a lot more efficient about it if I wasn't clearing out the screen every time, though. That's something I can consider, is not clearing out the screen every time. And instead, yeah. That's too bad. Set cursor is slow. I didn't realize how slow that was. C# set cursor position slow. I'm just amazed at how slow it seems to move. Otherwise, I'm relatively happy with it. I just don't want it to take forever to run. All right, so I'm gonna write another thing here. Public string void display cell. I'm gonna do a slower version of it. So int row int call. And so it's going to go through and it's going to print the cells one at a time. So I'll have display row. This is not as much as I wanted. So display cell. Okay, so display cell is going to be, I don't know what I did there. Kill that. Display cell is basically going to be console.writeLine, sorry, not write line, console.write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 6 spaces. So 1 2 symbol 1 2 symbol. And we're gonna say that string symbol is equal to that. And then we're gonna say that symbol is equal to, we're gonna get board if the board at the row column is not equal to null. Board symbol is equal to the piece symbol. We know it's not that. And then we can also, what did I do? For the color, display piece. Color is essentially this, still that. And we'll do piece equals this. And then if the piece, we'll set the color like that. And then we write the symbol. We reset the color. Okay, so this will go through and display each cell on the board. So a row just becomes displaying the cells left to right. Can't scroll up, there we go. So display row is gonna print out the cells, then the row right beneath it. All right, so public void display row, int row is gonna be, show the row number, so console.write row. Then we're gonna do all of our dashes. So my board template, let's still the number of dashes we need. Console.writeLine, all of our dashes, and then console.write row again. This should be just a right, not a right line here. Okay, and so foreground color, console.foreground color equals console color.yellow. This is going to be dark magenta. Dark magenta will be yellow here. And then we should really reset the color. Although we don't necessarily have to, but we're going to do that just for fun. So display row is going to be for int column equals 1, column less than, so we're actually 0 for each. So this needs to be row plus 1. Column less than 8, column plus plus, display cell, row, column. So this should write out all of our cells, rows, all right. And then this becomes for int row equals 0, row less than 8, row plus plus, display row, row. I gotta do a right line at the very, very end. Okay. At the end of displaying a row. That's not, I do a right line. The end of this, I need to do a right line. Console.right line. There we go. Okay. P1 goes to A4. Okay. I can already tell it's way faster. There we go. All right, so that's my version. A little faster. It's not the version I wanted. It's not the version I wanted. That's okay. I wanted to be clever. Maybe I could be clever in another time where it'd be cool to only update the cells on the screen that need to be updated. Then you wouldn't get all this. The cool thing is then if when you did this, you wouldn't get all the flickering. You just see all the pieces moving, which would be really cool. That'll be something I do at the end. All right, so I got my print board working. Which methods am I not using? Add a comment here. Print the underlying board to the screen. Underlying board to the screen. That's fine. This can be private. This is just a helper. Private. Private. Get active player. Maybe we let that be public. I'm gonna do private. Display captured pieces. Display pieces no longer used. Set colors no longer used. Is it? Yeah, set colors no longer used. That's okay. All right, let me move my private helpers beneath this. All right, those are my display choices. A lot of code to get it display. So I don't know how optimized it is. I think this generic print board reads a little, my refactored print board reads a little bit. It says show the legend, show the board, show the captured pieces, display the player turn. And then you can look at each one of those chunks. And maybe even I should do, you know, private void display legend. If I really display legend. If I really want to be crazy. It's overkill. display the legend, but in case the legend changes or something, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna do a commit. Make sure it still works, and I'll do a commit. I can't believe how slow setting the cursor position is. Although it might be that I'm doing the for each on each character, that might actually be slowing it down somehow. I'm not sure. Maybe if it's flushing a lot. Get status, get add, game state, piece, and program. Get commit -m, refactor, add print board to game state. Game state. That's it. I don't think I added more than that. Okay, I really want to get rid of this. I really want to get rid of that. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna try to do. Index select. So I'm gonna try and reduce these down. This is saying given. I'm pretty sure index select. Where is this being called? Select a piece. So this is given a symbol for a piece, return its position. So and then it's used here and here. So I want to just get rid of this and use the game states get method instead. All right, so uncomment that, index select. We should be able to game state has game state dot get piece can take in a symbol which should be select, and it returns an eyepiece, and eyepieces should have the position. The one thing I'm not sure about is, oh, okay, so right here's where it says if that piece is dead, don't allow it to be selected. All right, so we're gonna do eyepiece piece is equal to this, and get piece, it throws an exception if it's not possible, so we should do try get piece, right? Try get piece symbol out eyepiece piece. So we're gonna do a bool here that says bool is valid. And this should be select, like that. So this is, what is my music here? Am I still in royalty free? Yeah. I'd never heard this song, so I wanted to make sure we were still listening to royalty free music. Don't want to get in trouble by the YouTube gods. All right, so this will be false. So we're gonna say if it is not a valid piece, console.writeLine piece does not exist. All right, so if the piece isn't a real piece, piece does not exist, and then we'll thread.sleep 1000, and then continue like that. Alright, it's gonna say piece doesn't exist, and it's gonna tell them to select a different piece. I hope. Otherwise, the next one says you can only select a piece. What's clear current console do? This is a refactoring. Okay, that's okay. Otherwise, it's not a valid piece. And we're gonna get rid of these things. So we're gonna actually say things like, all right, so we got if game state dot get. So I need my to make this public. There was a get player. What's this saying? Saying this should be static. Get active player. Make this public. Returns the color of the active player. Okay, and then in my program I say get active player. So if this is not equal to piece.color, we say whose turn it is. So we're going to say it's create an intermediate variable, piece color player it's player's turn. And then I'm gonna, oh, this is interesting. Green uses capital letters, and blue uses lowercase letters. I'm gonna drop that for now. And then we'll do a sleep. I want it to be like press enter to continue, but that would screw up my whole input test, so we're not going to do that. All right, but that covers these two. I'm going to put a little to do, display, green uses capital and blue uses lowercase. All right, so there's probably, well, there's a simple way. I do string case equals player equals blue, upper case, blue uses lowercase, uppercase. All right, so if it's blue, we say, all right, so we'll do, I need to put a $sign here to make it so I can do interpolation. Player string case, what's going on here? String casing, case is a reserved casing. Player uses casing letters and keep it same capital. And now I should be able to get rid of that chunk. And then the dead pieces is what we're gonna do next. I'm doing a lot of code here and I'm feeling really nervous about how much I've modified and not tested. As we've seen in the past, when I do lots of modifications without running it, I run into more bugs. So if, let's keep going. Let's learn from our mistakes, never. So if piece.is captured, console.writeLine, piece, that piece has already been captured. Okay. And then we'll do a thread.sleep, 1000, continue. Else, see, like, I'm not sure what this is doing. Set cursor position 0, top. I'm not sure what this is doing. Yeah, I think it was like setting the cursor to a spot on the board before displaying that error message. That's okay. So when we come back, it's gonna loop back to the top and clear things out, print the game board anyway. So I don't know exactly the purpose of that, but I'm okay. Let's get rid of these. And then otherwise, so if we manage to get through that, we're gonna return select. Let's see, where's two references? It's in two places. I'm gonna change this to return an int. And then we're just gonna return piece.position. And then we're gonna fix those type issues. This would be address 0, address 1. Address 0, address 1, and eventually we're gonna fix that, but this becomes index select is what we're getting rid of. It's interesting that we get. Can I just make this an empty array? No, I need to give it 2 spots. That might really mess something up. All right, let's think we're gonna. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it seems to be working. My delay on the piece does not exist. It's cool. Okay. Can't believe it worked. I did sleep 1000 when I really wanted to do sleep delay 1000. This should be delay. And I'm gonna pull this out into, I'm gonna write a method. Private static void display error string message. And essentially it's just gonna be this. Because eventually I want it to be like press enter to continue. I want like a box to show up on the screen, and then you have to, like a little box will show up over the board saying there was an issue. We'll just display error. Display error. I'll go through and I'm gonna double check that. Oops. .NET run. Alright, type banana. P1. What? Oh, my delay is 0. So what's happening? Alright, my delay is 0. Banana. Piece does not exist. P1 to A4. That's P2 to B5. P1 to B5. Captured P2. Piece does not exist. If I try to do P2, that's interesting. I would expect to say piece was captured. P2, P3, to C6. Piece does not exist. Interesting. What happens if I do P3? Piece does not exist. Wow, this is. It's always get piece does not exist. That's. It's not a valid piece. Piece does not exist. Try get piece select. That's weird. I don't understand that error. I don't understand why it's... I always get piece don't exist. If it's not a valid piece, capital P1 should be valid. It's not valid in this context, but piece does not exist. Oh, there we go. It's because I'm dumb. Message. All right. Whew. P1. It's Blue's turn. Select piece again. Blue uses lowercase. Okay, so I think before my change here, git add, git reset. Hang on, git add game state, git add program, get rid of board template, git. Now that's going to cause an issue in my game state because I don't need the template anymore. Okay, deleted that. Make sure this still, before I do any commits, set the delay back to 0 and let's input 2. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about that. Git status clear, git add, git commit -m. What did I really do? Program. I removed index tile, select tile. Yeah. Remove refactor. Remove select tile from program.cs. Replace logic for selecting a piece to use the game state methods. Okay, so now we're using game state. So we still have a piece select here, but we are using the game state logic. Okay. Good. Good. I feel good about that. And the next question is, changes says 11 references. Yikes. I'm amazed. I am amazed. So let's keep getting through here. I'm trying to get rid of this changes thing. Although it might be easy to get rid of address. All right, let's slowly get rid of other things. Address list has 2 references, so we're gonna get rid of that first. Address list in fill board addresses. That's where we fill it. So if we don't use it, we can get rid of it. All right, so my goal is to get rid of it. So if I can get rid of fill board addresses, I can get rid of that. And then it only appears, so I don't have to fill the board. And then get tile. Yeah, so get tile, my first index, last index, so I can do something like this. Board position to index given a tile. So I'm gonna say int position equals board position given a tile. Give me those things back. Then I'm gonna say if either of these is -1. If row position.row is -1 or position.call equals -1. I think that's what happened in here. Let's look at index 1 returns the value if it's found. If it's not, returns -1. So we can get rid of that list there by basically saying, okay, well, I'm going to get the actual position on the board. And then if the row and column don't exist on the board, we have a problem. Let's test it. P1 goes to B9 or K7, A5, not a possible move. P1 goes to A4. P1, A4, A3. What's going on here? Oh no. P1. There are no possible moves for P1. Something's gone wrong. Something went wrong. All right. Let's do a hard set. Get reset hard. Make sure my program is running before I did my commit. P1. It was. Okay. It was. And then for some reason, this broke it. So I'm going to change this here first without removing it. Int row int call position equals board position to index tile. If row equals position dot row equals negative. Can I do it without this here? Yeah, I'm gonna do it without that there. I'm just gonna do row equals -1 or column equals -1. Cool. P1, A4. It's cool with that. Put 2. Interesting, that does break something. Just kind of fascinating. I don't get it. Next was out of range. Here. If I have, okay. If tile dot length is not equal to 2, so it needs to be exactly 2, return -1, -1. Because this will only give us positions given a string, but correct positions. So this assumes the input's sanitized. Now we can say, oh, well, the input wasn't sanitized. Okay. So that's one of the references. What is the other reference? The only other reference to it is fill addresses. It's probably because I deleted stuff from here that it ran into issues, but I can get rid of address lists here. All right. Which, test it out. It's because I deleted fill addresses, which broke board state, okay, or board layout. So this has 0 references, so I can get rid of it. All right. This has 1 reference in there. Okay, so I'm gonna change this to public const or private const. So let me do private const string rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Private const string columns A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Global variables tend to be bad. Global constants, okay. Kind of. But we now have global constants, and we're gonna go fix what we did here. Can I implicitly convert column? Why is this broken? Board should be a string, columns. Oh, it's because these are characters now. All right, so I'm gonna do this. All right, so it should just put them next to each other. All right, managed to get rid of those. Put them up here. All right, board layout has 3 references, 1 in abstract piece for each string and board layout. Get moves, okay. So let's see if we can get rid of that in our get moves. So my goal here is to get rid of program and get moves. Sorry. Show me implementations. Excuse me. I want to go to my abstract piece. Program dot board layout. I can't quite do this yet. Because all right, so this is setting. This is interesting because really what I care about here is that it's adding this here. So I need to do something where we display. Yeah, so this is a little bit hard to remove just off the bat here. Because this is gonna, when we get moves, not only does it give this list back, but it displays this board to the screen for our delay amount, and then moves on. So what I want to do is I want to instead of printing out here, I need to make a different, notice I'm using print board here. I need to write a different thing here that says print. So it'll be like this dot game state dot show moves. And I'm gonna pass in my list of moves that I've built up here. All right, so it's gonna show possible moves. And then this is gonna allow me to get rid of these because I no longer have to worry about what's being displayed on the board. So in my game state, I actually don't even know if this should go in game state, but I'm gonna put it here because this is sort of where the logic for displaying the board is. So this is where I'm not gonna redraw the whole screen. I'm just gonna jump to the correct position and display the cell. So this is gonna be public here, and here's what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do? I still gotta do it here. This is little tricky, but I'm gonna make this an internal void display or show possible moves. Change the display to match my other display possible moves. List of, what's my list of int list of positions, int moves. Okay, so display possible moves. It's gonna loop through this list and put X's in those spots. That's all it's gonna do. Yeah. So, kind of surprised that, oh, I changed the name of it. Yeah. So if this works, I should be relatively happy. I could even potentially move that delay there. Clear and then print board. Okay. Okay. So for each int row, int column, in moves, can I do it that way? Can I pattern match that way? I can. So I have my row column. I need to move to that position. I wish I hadn't deleted the code I wrote a little bit ago that let me set my cursor position. So I'm going to set my cursor position. Beforehand, I'm going to save where my cursor position was. So console.get cursor position, int left, int top. Okay, and I think my pattern was int or set console.set cursor position was left and top. So from the top it was row times 2 and column times 8, and then I want to print console.writeLine. We're gonna do not write line, console.write bar 1 2 3 4 5 6 bar. That should fill in the spot, and I want to mark it red. Console.foreground color equals console color.red. Then after in fact, all of these are going to be red, so I don't need to set it each time. And at the end, I need a reset. So console.reset color, console.set cursor position back to left and top. See how I did in my abstract piece. I'm now calling game state instead of the print method on our board. See if I still get, I have to change that delay in program, like so. P1. Okay, so I'm close. I'm close. It does highlight those cells, but it clears the whole board. So let's come back here. We don't clear the board. We don't clear the board until we go back to the original. And I'm actually gonna do a thing where it's like display possible moves. We'll show it for a second, then swap them back, but we'll get there in a moment. P1. All right, I'm off by a little bit. I need to do my row. Looks like I need to do times 2 plus 1. Feels weird to me. Let's see if that's right. Times 2. What is interesting? All right, let me set my delay to be even. Here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of a delay, after I do this, console.readline. I'm gonna have it just wait for me to press something so I can really think about what's going on here. P1. It highlights those. So if I... What is going on? Program, abstract piece. For every position on the board, so really I want to rewrite this. I want to say for every position on the board, I want to check if I can move into that spot. And then if I can, it gets added here. All right, so for int row equals 0, row less than 8, row plus plus. For int column equals 0, column less than 8, column plus plus. If this dot logic of row of position, what's position? Oh, this is fascinating. I'm about to be able to get rid of this too, because get moves. All right, so this dot position, so of the piece itself, and then to the target row column. So if I can move to that spot, moves dot add row column. All right. So check all pieces, all positions on the board. If I can go there, highlight it. All right. All right. Then my game state, row times 2 plus 2? Is it row plus? So if my row is 0, oh, plus 3, because I have my legend has 3. Row times 2. Yeah, my legend is throwing me off. Plus 3. Okay. There we go. All right. Let me get rid of this read line here. Display possible moves. Yeah. Display possible moves. Try it again. P1. Okay. Okay, and then let me do my full test to make sure I really didn't break anything. Because I did take out some assignments here. So I'm not sure if those were critical to the game logic. They may have been critical to like some actual state. So I'll set the delay to 0 in program. And hope for the best. Cool. Doesn't seem to have been critical to the logic. So move check is down to 1 reference, which happens to initialize, and nowhere else. So I think move check, initialize. Should really commit here. Real quick, let's go back before I make that change. My program's still working. And the change that I made was I refactored get moves. All right, get status, get add, get commit dash m, refactor, piece dot get moves. Remove global references from. Yeah, so I refactored, so I removed global references. We reference the game state, but there's no program dots in here, which allows us to hopefully remove move check. We don't even have to initialize it now. Beautiful. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's keep going. Let's keep on keeping on. What do we got? What do we got in our program? My goal is to remove these global variables. So board layout still has 2 references. So we're gonna try and get rid of that next. So there's one where we initialize it, and then there's one where we index. So if we can rewrite index tile, we should be able to get rid of board layout. So index tile. I honestly think index tile is equivalent to my, almost equivalent to, well, there's only one reference to it here. Yeah, so it's very closely equivalent to my board position method. So I'm pretty sure. Where's my board position? I wrote a method. Board position to index. I'm pretty sure it's doing this, but it's doing it using a loop, saying which it's looking, scanning for the symbol that matches. So I'm pretty sure I can use this in its instead. So board position to index tile, and then this is going to give us back and int position. We're gonna do ref add 0, ref add 1 first. Does not exist. Oh, I guess I don't have to do that. Int row column. I thought I was updating some value. Oh, and I don't think I need to do. I think I just do target. I'm gonna call this target. So the one thing here is target. These might be -1, -1. So we might get an invalid move. We'll find out. Okay. We do have an index out of bounds here because I'm passing in negative values into this. So I need to essentially put a check somewhere. And I think where I want to put the check is here, where it's going to say if row column target.row is -1 or target.column equals -1, we're gonna just tell them that that's an invalid position. So while it's not that, we're gonna call this again. And we'll put an error message, console.write line invalid move. Reset color. I guess I should do the error message. Yeah, display error invalid move. Let's try that. Woo. Invalid move. I've modified the. Oh, I need to do a piece select again, I think. Where are we? Get tile. Tile equals get tile. Because they might type in back. Alright, so it's not back. They type in back, we do a piece like that. This is interesting to me. This feels slightly like something's gone wrong. Alright, so I actually think I can just do this. Invalid move and then continue. And it will go back up. I think this is what we're supposed to do. Alright, I get there. And just to test it, I think that was it, but just to test it, banana, A5, P1, A3. Okay. Otherwise the logic continues to work. Okay, what was I doing? Trying to get rid of board layout. Yeah, the only place board layout is now. Reference is in fill board addresses. So I should be able to safely remove fill board addresses. Oh, I have an error. Because I no longer, oops, wrong reference. I no longer have to initialize it. All right, making progress, making progress. Okay, so get status, get add, get commit -m, refactor, remove reference, ref says to board layout. Okay, no longer need board layout. And now changes. This is the one that feels the hardest to get rid of. But maybe it's not so bad. It has to do with like dead pieces and stuff of that nature. So we're gonna have to, okay. So we're gonna just start working through those. Start working to them. 10 references. We'll go to this one first. If King 1 is dead, King 2 is dead. All right, so we're gonna actually just say if is game over. This is interesting. It clears. It is game over. We clear it out and then we print the board and then we return true. This is fascinating to me. I'm not sure if we need to do that, but in fact, I'm gonna try and move this into game state. Right, so this is gonna be in game state because it'll be much easier to check here. Move it here. Even print board at the bottom. It is game over if King 1 is dead or King 2 is dead. So let us keep a reference to kings. So private eyepiece, private read only eyepiece. Blue king, and we'll have another one that's green king. Okay, so those are the two kings that we can have, and we'll say that this one's the blue king and this one is the green king. Okay, so now we're gonna say if blue king dot is captured, or if green king is captured, Blue king is not null here. When we initialize them, why does it think they can be null here? An object reference is required for, oh, I want this to be non-static. That's what's going on, saying that these are static, and then this just becomes this dot print board. Return true. So in my program, I should be able to do game state dot is game over. I have to make it public. Public is game over. Let's see here. Test this out. Our refactors are getting smaller, and I'm happy about that. All right. Feeling good. Okay. Let's do a commit on that. Git status, git head, git commit -m refactor, move is game over into game state. So we should have fewer reference, one fewer. 8 references remain. The initialize, we're gonna leave that alone for now. This thing, I don't know what it's doing. And I think we can safely get rid of this at this point because our personal game state doesn't rely on this. Doesn't rely on checking a whole lot. So I'm gonna get rid of this here. And let's make sure the game continues to run. I'd be very sad if it doesn't. Seems to be okay. Let's change it. 6 references. Turn plus. We no longer use the turn count in changes, so I think I can get rid of that. Okay. Still initializing there. All right, it's used in abstract piece and weird in some places. All right. In move, we're adding it here. So if I wonder if I can just say, okay, well, we're no longer using it to print. So let's remove this, and this. Does that break anything? It does. It does. All right, so let's look at where it's being used otherwise. 5 references. In move is enemy piece. Okay. This is interesting. Where is this being used? Not have a piece of the same color. Being used in our generic logic. That's interesting because all right, we're gonna use game state instead. So we should say this dot game state dot get is empty. Okay, so if our target is not empty, at this reference. If it's not empty and it is not an enemy, I'm actually gonna kill this here. And instead, I know the piece isn't empty, so I'm gonna do this dot get this dot game state dot get piece at target. And I know it's not empty, so I'm gonna do that. Okay. Get status, get add, get diff program, get diff piece, get add piece, get commit dash m, refactor, remove reference to board layout in is enemy piece. Okay, so I got rid of that. And now I think I don't need these. I don't use those to make any sort of logic checks. Okay. So now I can do get status, get add piece, get commit dash m, refactor, remove references to program dot changes in abstract piece. So I should be down to just a few. One reference, which happens to be initialize, kill it. 0 references. Oops, not what I meant to do. All right, get status, get add, get commit, m, refactor, remove global variable changes. So now I just have my game state and some consts. All right, no global variables. Let's go. Let's go. All right. There's a few more things we can do. I'm not using this anymore. 0 references. Goodbye. 0 references to these, but not really, because down here in board position, I was gonna change these to be rows and columns. I think that's a reasonable spot to put those. Okay. Then game state is private, so it's only referenced in this file, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, man. Let's make these private. Private. All right, can I change how this works? Do I need select? I do. I'm still like updating those. It basically comes down to like reselecting a piece. If I do this, I like select a piece and I come back or something. Yeah, I think I would like to make it so this, I really dislike this method, passing those in. Because if I type back, yeah, tile select. get piece select. What do I want to do here? All right, so I have my main piece select, tile select. So if they type in back, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it so this will return the tile if tile is back. Continue. Just goes back to the top and gets a piece select again. This feels a little weird to me, but we'll refactor it in a second. So tile, if tile equals back, return tile. Is that okay? Yeah, still functions the same. And now I don't think I need to have these be refs because I don't reassign them. So let's like select and address. Yeah. Instead, this can be an int position. Don't need them individually anymore. So I can do this, which I kind of like. And then here, don't need this anymore. Don't need this anymore. This becomes string select and int start position. No longer a ref, so this is start position. No longer a ref, this is just select. Okay. I still think it's weird that there's this weird special case where if we type back, it does something. So I'm a little not sure what to do with that. But let's commit this. Get status, get add. These are minor refactors now. Minor refactors. What did I do? I removed ref arguments. Get commit dash m refactor. Remove ref arguments to tile select. Okay. What else? We have doing a lot better. I wanted to change. Are there any spots where I'm still using int arrays of size 2? I don't know that I am. I don't think I am anywhere. So I'm using position tuples of int everywhere that is necessary. What I want, yeah, so tile select. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this be a method that does this. It's gonna set tile to something and return a bool. So if they type in back, it's going to return false, indicating that they have, I no longer need this, indicating outstring tile. This will indicate that no piece was selected. Otherwise, we return true. Okay, so I like that a little bit better. So we're gonna say if not string out string tile, continue. Try tile select. Yeah. So now I don't have to be like, well, if they typed in back, I just know that tile is going to be valid by the time I get here. Let's test it. Okay. Get status, get add, get commit -m, refactor, tile select became try tile select. Okay. Does it make sense to do like try p select? I don't think it does, 'cause it just gives you an error. So p select loops until you get the right piece. Is that correct? While true. Yeah. It just loops with error messages until you have a piece that you can get, and it returns the selected piece. And the position, I'm gonna make this return an I piece instead of both of those. So it's gonna return piece. And so we'll have an I piece. She's gonna force me to change these, but for now I can do piece dot symbol and piece dot position and piece dot position. And in fact, I don't even have to do game state dot move anymore. I can do piece dot move target position. I get rid of this altogether, I think. I don't think it'll have any more references. One reference. In man, interesting. Oh, I just gotta get rid of that. Now the reference is gone. Yeah, buddy. All right, cleaning up. So in game state, I no longer need move piece. Pieces are self-aware. Get add. And the refactor I did here was that I piece select now returns an I piece. Refactor piece select returns I piece, and then subsequently game state dot move piece is was removed because it was no longer needed. Okay, making progress. Piece select. All right, so now I want to make try tile select to take in a piece instead. Okay. So we no longer have to do get piece. And here's a fascinating thing. Get moves actually don't need, in my abstract piece, it's interesting, I don't use my argument for target. Or I do. Oh no, target is fine. Target is fine. Hang on. This should be Especially like piece symbol, piece position. This is interesting. Oh, get moves, silly. So get moves doesn't need this because we just use this dot position. It's an unused parameter. Okay. Which is an eyepiece, get moves, doesn't need to take in anything. That goes away. Back in my program. Here. I just need an eyepiece. Piece. Don't have to select it. I just get moves, like displays it to the screen, which is fascinating to me. Yeah, that's funny to me. Get moves is like generating this list that never gets used. Selected piece should be piece dot symbol. And then piece dot logic. What's logic? Start position. We don't need start position in logic anymore. That is what we don't need. So in logic, should be able to get rid of start. And this should become this dot position. Parenthesis. Sublogic shouldn't need that either. So sublogic becomes that, which is going to force me to change all of these. So I got to go in to my sublogics, change start to this dot position, this dot position. This dot position dot row. This dot, I'm making a lot of changes. Something's gonna go wrong. This is bad. Shouldn't make this many changes all at once. Hopefully these are not huge logical breaks I'm making here. This code probably wants to be refactored too. Have an error? Where? Oh. This, okay. This dot position. That's a long line. Like that a little bit better. This is tricky. Get rid of sublogic here. This dot position. Look at that beautiful queen logic. Easy. Position. This dot position. Okay. What are you yelling about? No longer need to do that. And no longer need this dot position. Scary. God, I'm sure I broke something. There's no way I'm gonna get away with this. Did way too many things. Try tile select now takes in a piece. I'm gonna have to do a hard reset, aren't I? Maybe not. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. I can't believe I got through that. So I did a lot there. So the first thing, get status, get add git commit dash m refactor change remove start position from logic from eyepiece.logic. And then piece select gives me back a piece. Try select takes in a piece, gives me a tile out. Okay. How am I feeling? I'm pretty good. Board positions give me a row and column. Tells me if it's an invalid move. I'm like being really critical here. So my methods that are too long, I feel like try tile select is just a little bit too long. And I'm wondering if I can, if the piece logic is invalid, display invalid move. And then I continue, which happens to print the board anyway. So I think I can do display error invalid move. I'm just trying to reduce the number of lines of code I have. Fewer lines of code tends to make your program a little bit more readable. So then here, piece.logic target. This is equal to -1. It's gonna, so this will short circuit straight to this. I don't need this if. All right, so this, I feel much better about try select. It's much smaller, a little bit tighter. Okay. And it continues. So this will do a tile select. I don't know if I should even call it try tile select. But when we get, yeah. Anyway, I'm better about that. My piece select feels kind of long, but it's straightforward in my mind. So it's not a lot of deep thinking having to go into there. All right, so let me get status, get diff. What did I change? Git commit dash m refactor simplify check in. Let's tile select, try tile select. Git add commit. Okay. Let me comment. Go through and add comments just to make the world happy. Yeah. There's a, yeah, add some comments. Here. So this is the game loop. Print board then does this. I need to print the game board again. This is interesting. Try select, continue. Try select. Yeah, so I feel like I'm printing the game board a lot more than I need to. Because git moves, okay, git moves is going to require me to reprint the board. Do I need? I would really like to be able to do game state dot printboard utils dot try clear printboard p select can I do this? This be horrible. .NET run. Hang on. Back to my main. Don't need to print it there because I'm going to do it here. P1. Let me change my delay. P1 to A4, P2 to start back, P2 to, oh, I'm missing my bottom row. Wonder how long that's been missing. All right, so I need to print out my A, B, C, D all across the bottom. See if that's in my layout. Kind of is. It's essentially this. Let's go to my game state. And we're gonna print row and then display columns. So I'll write a little helper here for display columns. Private static void display columns. And we'll just stick with that. I don't need to reset the color until the very end. Okay, what does this look like? Okay. Right, now I'm still displaying those. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to make sure if I did P1 to A4, P2 back. Okay, cool. Okay, we have that. Keep commenting our, well, get status, get add game state, get commit -m fix, add added row display to bottom of board. Okay. And we'll keep going. In our, I think I can just delete layout.cs. Let's see. It will tell me if I'm using it anywhere. 0 references. So delete that, make sure. Oh, change my compiles. So I'm have quite a bit of confidence. Let's open up program. Change my delay back down. Run that. Okay. And I'm not displaying who the winner is. So before it would display who the winner is, Blue is captured if green is captured. Print board used to display if there was a winner. So instead, I'm just gonna do it here. Console.writeLine. Piece color winner is equal to blue king dot is captured. Blue's captured green. Piece color dot green. Otherwise, piece color dot blue. And I'm gonna do winner is the winner. Green is the winner. Okay. So my main loop is much smaller. Display error. Given an error message to display. So displays an error message to the user. Displays an error message to the user. That's what it does. Prompts user to select a piece. Get tile. Why am I using get tile? That's interesting. Get tile. Please input and then it loops. Tile equals get tile. Interesting. Interesting. So I have like my read line in here. How do I feel about this? I don't know how I feel about this. This waits for the user to type something in. This was like just a chunk of code that was here before. There used to be a chunk and I abstracted this away. I kind of want it to prompt inside of there. Yeah. Get tile. This will take in the piece. So iPiece selected. Like that. All right. Yeah, this will do display error. Selected. And we will print the board again. Okay. Uh-oh. That's no bueno. That's bad. Let's go back. Go back. I'm not gonna display it there. Okay. Doesn't work here. Let's do a commit. Oh no. Oh no. How much haven't changed? Not a ton. The deleted layout, game state. Don't know if I have to do that. All right, let's check out. Oh, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Git checkout program. Please work. Okay. Works. Green is winner. It's because I have to, after I win, I need to display. That's what happened. I do need to display the board one more time because it goes straight to the winner. That's what's happening. Okay. Let me get back to this. After the game is over. Yeah. So it's a weird that this logic has to be here. I'm gonna do this, and game over is just gonna be that code here. I need this. What's that? The game is over if either king has been captured. And then at the end, we want to print so-and-so is the winner and display the board one more time. So, winner is, I think, game state, active player. The active player is blue. That means green won because green just went and it's now blue's turn. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. Green is the winner. Otherwise it'll show blue. Game over is much simpler. Let's get status. Git add commit-m factor simplify game loop. All right, feeling good. All right, I was commenting things. I was trying, yeah, here we go. I wanted to move this into console.writeLine. What's interesting is there was already a new line in there. So that's just a selected piece like this. Okay. Pick a piece. Format white space. All right. Prompts the user to enter a tile position. Returns the selected turns the selected position. So I actually want it to do this. yeah, returns true. Can I make this a bool? Get tile int position out position. So this will return false. Out position. And this will return true. Out must be assigned before control leaves this method. All right, so position is going to be -1, -1. So we may not set it. Interesting. Yeah, so we're going to have a Boolean check here. All right, and then here we're going to say, rather than tile, if get tile is false, out int target return false. An extra parenthesis. Tile must be assigned before control leaves. Oh, fascinating. Trying to just return int target. And then I don't need to redeclare it here, it should just be out target. Oh, and then I like redeclare it here. Okay. Row, column. So get tile. It's interesting, it's get tile is going to enforce it's in the correct position. So I don't think we can actually ever get this. Oh, it's the piece logic part that's... I'm gonna leave that there for now. I think we can safely get rid of that though. I'm gonna leave that there just in case. Add a little to do. I think this is unnecessary. It's not necessary. Still have to check the target logic. All right, but getting the tile, we're guaranteed that the row and column coming out there is not -1, -1. It's going to be some actual value, which is gonna have me here. This should just be int target position. I no longer need to do that. Okay, maybe let's look at get tile. Yeah, man. Sets position to -1, -1, but in fact I want to do position here and then position.row, position.column. row, column. All right, I did a lot there. That felt like a lot. Didn't feel too logically straining, but might have broken something. All right. Okay, so let's look at it. What did I do? I changed try select to no longer, so we no longer are like using the stringly typed position. So the big change was get tile, and for consistency I should rename this to try get tile. All right, try get tile. Okay. Get status, get add program, get commit-m refactor, try change get tile to try get tile. Use position rather than string. There we go. Feeling good. Feeling good. I probably should stop here. Been going for 2.5 hours. But man, it feels good to get here. Alright, so let's add this comment. Given a piece prompts the user to select a tile to move to, or to type back. If the user types back, this method returns false. Otherwise, it returns true, and the target parameter is set to the row, is set to the position of, to the user's choice. Okay. Given a 2-character string of a position on the board, return its associated row column values. Okay, looking good, looking good. Let's finish adding some documentation that's missing, if any. Displays, given a list of positions, displays them as possible moves on the screen. Displays the bottom row of columns under the board. Displays the legend at the top of the screen. Displays a list of captured pieces. Displays, yeah. Get the active player. This is a public, so we're gonna move this up here. I can kind of do this too. It's a one-liner. Like that. Maybe even set this to be just active player, make it a getter. Save that for later. Displays which player's turn it is. given a row and column, this prints displays that cell on the screen. Displays that cell on the screen. Given a row, displays that row on the screen. Oh, vision's getting a little blurry. So we'll add a comment here. Constructs a game state in a traditional chess layout. Okay. Is there any abstract piece? Move. Given a target position, attempt to move this piece on the board. If successful, returns true and false otherwise. Retrieves. Interesting that it's doing that. Retrieves a list of possible moves this piece can make. I want to move this into my program. Get moves. This should be, I'm going to get the moves and then I'm going to display the moves. So list and this moves. Feels like the correct thing to do. Here, so that my moves shouldn't display anything on the screen. It just is a calculation. All right, so this thing is almost ready to be, I mean, I guess I could have been writing unit tests all the time. I feel like this is getting close to being testable. All right, logic. I kind of want to rename logic to like check move, but I'm gonna leave it. Given a target position, returns true if the piece can move into that position, otherwise returns false. And these are internal, but we'll add a comment to them anyway. Given a piece, returns true if the piece is an enemy piece. Check the sublogic, the piece specific logic for moving this given a target position. Checks the piece specific logic for moving this piece to that position on the board. If the piece can move there, returns true, and otherwise returns false. Okay. All right. I'm pretty good about that. Let's look at eyepiece. Make sure this is nice and commented. It's captured. Pretty obvious in my opinion. True if this piece has been captured, and false otherwise. True if this piece has moved, and false otherwise. This is why there was no comment on the abstract. Let's move this comment up here. Beautiful. And in our abstract piece, I'm gonna add inherit doc to each one of these. So it should be inherit doc, so that you know that it's documented in the interface. Is this gonna work? Yes. And then this one's not inherited because it's a new. Okay. I feel good about this. I feel good. Git status, git add star, git commit m docs added documentation comments. All right. Okay. We've got ourselves what I would consider pretty solid. I'd be really happy if a student turned this in one of the classes I teach. I'd be really proud of that student for like a second year or full year. This would be like at the end of the first year of an object-oriented programming class. This would be like a really, really great project to see. It's not perfect. I have some things that I still feel like I could consider a little bit more, but I sort of have like this model, underlying model for all my pieces, game state, and then my program is relatively simple of getting inputs and producing outputs. All right, feeling good. All right, if you watched all the way here, thanks for doing so. I hope you found this useful. Have a beautiful, wonderful day, and